So, good morning, everyone. We are glad to welcome you to this information webinar about the IPA4SME action. My name is Rassami Couturier, and I am project manager at Gopacom, a communications agency in Brussels that is partner in the IPA4SME consortium. Today, our webinar presenter will be Marco Graziado from CARSA, which is the IPA4SME consortium leader. Throughout the webinar, you can write questions in the GoToWebinar question box. These will be addressed at the end of the presentations, so please feel free to use this question box. Regarding any specific questions, please note that these will be followed up individually by email by the IPA4SME Coordination Center. So I wish you a pleasant webinar, and I leave the floor to Marco. Marco, floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Rosami, for this nice presentation, and good morning to everybody. I hope you are well and in good health. And yes, as Rosami said, I am Marco Graziado, Innovation Technological Consultant working for CARSA, that is also the consortium center of this project. And I am glad to be here today to explain you how to apply correctly during the application process. To do this presentation, I will share with you a presentation that I prepared for this informative webinar that we will use. And at the end of this presentation, I will also take in consideration the frequently asked question that usually we received during the last cutoff calls. And then, as Rasami explained, I will also take care of your personal question. So we can start. Okay, I hope everybody can see the screen very well. So let's start. So the idea behind this program, also called the IPA4SME, is that the European Commission strongly believes that the protection of the intellectual property is crucial for all this SME in order to promoting innovation and for improving your competitiveness within Europe. For this reason, the main goal of this program is to facilitate and promote the use of intellectual property. And to do it, basically, within this project, we offer financial and expert support in order to valorize and protect your intellectual property. So, as already, I think, a different company knows, within this project, we provide financial and expert support. I'm sorry, I'm having some problem with my screen. So we provide financial expert support for all the SME which have received the Seal of Excellence from the Horizon 2020 SME Instrument Program, worth up to 50,000 euro. So the three services that we offer can be clustered in two main categories. The first one is the IP Prognostic Service, also called the Service 1, in which basically the service offered to SME is focused on providing a comprehensive IP Prognostic service in order to boost your capabilities and competencies. So we consider this service as a very good opportunity in which SME, they can count on qualified experts in the field of intellectual properties, but also in the business strategy, with the aim at identifying both the advantage and, let's say, potential opportunities for using intellectual properties for future development of your businesses. So thanks to this service, beneficiary have a great opportunity to identify the main limitation and area of development in order to strengthen your competencies in the field of, as I said, intellectual properties. It's really important that all the beneficiaries keep in mind that this service is totally free of charge and is limited to one application for SMA. Then, together with this IP Prognostic Service, we also offer two cofinancing services. The first one, called IPO fee reimbursement, but also called Service 2, is a service in which basically we provide economic support to cover a percentage of SME patent application fee during a registration within the European Patent Office, also recognized as EPO. It's really important that all the applicants keep in mind that our support exclusively covers European patent registration process, which for the purpose of this program are defined as filling an application for a patent before the EPO, covering more than 2 European member states. Within this service, basically we cover the 75% of the corresponding EPO fee with a limit of euro 2,500 per patent application. This service will be limited to 5 applications per SMA, which means that SMA can receive financial support for 5 different patent applications. Then, together with the IPO fee reimbursement, there is another important co-financing service that is called IP attorney fee reimbursement, in which basically we cover the cost for hiring an IP attorney for the purpose of either preparing the filing for an European patent, but it's also important to understand that in this service we cover the cost for hiring an IP patent attorney, even in the case you decide to discontinue your initial idea to register your patent application. So are eligible in this service not only EPO patent, but we cover also the cost for hiring an IP patent attorney in case you decide to register a PCT patent application done through the EPO. So within this service, we basically cover the 50% of the patent attorney cost up to euro 2,000 for a patent application. As regard to this service, there is a specific limitation related to the number of applications that you can submit, which means that for this service we can cover the cost for all the patents that you wish. The only difference is that please remember that we cover only EPO patent or PCT patent application though through the EPO. So we can move to the next slide. As I said before, can benefit of this program only SME which fulfill the requirement that you can see in this slide and next one. But yeah, can participate to this program only SME who are holder of a seal of excellence awarded in the context of the program Horizon 2020 SME instrument. And it's also important that the seal of excellence must have been awarded to the SME in the 3 years prior to the cutoff date. So, for example, for the cutoff call 7, the end of the call is set for the end of the month of November. So if you have a Seal of Excellence awarded in October 2017, unfortunately you cannot participate in this program. Then it's important that you are recognized as a SME by the European Commission, which means that your SME must doesn't not have more than 215 persons as employees, have an annual turnover that is not exceeding 50 million of euro, and or an annual balance sheet total not exceeding 43 million euro. Then it's important that you are a SME located in one of the country recognized as COSME country, which means that, for example, a SME located in country such as Israel or Norway, for example, or Switzerland, since they are not recognized as COSME country, unfortunately, they cannot participate in this program. Later on, there are other two requirements. The first one is related only to the IP Prognostic Service, Service 1, in which to be eligible in this are eligible to this service only SME located, or let's say incorporated, in one of the following countries. So can participate in only in the IP Prognostic Service SME located in Austria, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Latvia, Netherlands, Spain, and Sweden. And then last and not least requirements is that SME can participate in this program if they never been supported by the Horizon 2020 SME Instrument Phase 2 program, also known as EIC Accelerator Pilot. So I will repeat again these requirements. So in order to participate, SME must be holder of a Seal of Excellence awarded in the context of Horizon 2020 SME instruments, and the Seal of Excellence must have been awarded in the 3 years prior to the next cutoff call. SME must be recognized as an SME by the European Commission. Then can participate only SME incorporated in COSME country. Then the SME can participate if it has never received support, financial support within the Horizon 2020 SME Instrument Phase 2 program. And then as regard to Service 1, can participate within Service 1 only SME located in countries like Austria, such as Austria, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Latvia, Netherlands, Spain, and Sweden. Application step. As you can see in this slide, the application process consists of 3 main steps. My recommendation is that all the applicants is better for you to start the application process in advance. For example, you can start to register and creating your proper account in order to, let's say, familiarize with the electronic submission system, EMS platform. The platform can be accessed at the following link. Please keep in mind that at the end of this informative webinar, thanks to GoPA.com, we will send you the link to hear again this webinar, also the guide for applicants, in which basically is going to collect all important information in order to apply correctly. But we also send you this presentation in order that you can find the link to access to the EMS platform and then register your application. So there is a registration phase. Then one registered your company. The second phase, that is the most important, is the also called apply and upload. And basically, as SME, you must provide us with all the information requested in the application form. Otherwise, the platform will not allow you any submission. So as regard to the step 2, apply and upload, please keep in mind that SME must provide all the information requested, as I said before, in the EMS platform, and along with SME must upload, let's say, the Seal of Excellence certificate award in the context of Horizon 2020 SME instrument, and then the evaluation summary report corresponding to the proposal awarded with the Seal of Excellence. Please keep in mind that the Seal of Excellence that you are going to upload on EMS is not mandatory that the Seal of Excellence should be associated to the patent application for which you are claimed to receive the financial support. The all important thing is that you have been awarded the Seal of Excellence and that you never received the support in the Horizon 2020 program SME phase 2. So again, the most important document that you have to provide us in the application process is the Seal of Excellence and the evaluation summary report. At the end of this webinar, in the email that you received, we will also include all the information that you have to follow in order to collect the Seal of Excellence and the evaluation summary report, in the case that you don't have this document with yourself. So once you upload this document, you answer to all the questions, including the application process, then you have just to click on the submission, and basically we are going to receive your application. So at the end of the cut-off call, that should be at the end of November, once we receive all the application, we are going to check the eligibility of this application, and then we're going to select the SME. So all the application that they are going to meet the eligibility criteria that we see in the previous slide will be considered in the evaluation and selection process. So how is work the evaluation selection process? So basically, based on the point that you have received in the evaluation summary report, the application will be ranked. So the support action will be awarded at the highest rank until the planned budget is exhausted. As regard to this point, I would like to point out that usually for each cut-off call, we are going to allocate the same budget for both Service 2 and Service 3. But since for Service 2 we consider a maximum amount reimbursable of euro 2,500 compared to the 2,000 euro that you can receive in Service 3, can happen that several companies will be eligible within Service 3 but not in Service 2, even if they applied for both. because again, we allocate the same budget, but since the amount that we are going to reimburse in service 2 is higher than service 3, the budget of service 2 is going to be exhausted earlier than service 3. So it can happen different time that a company apply in order to benefit from both service 2 and service 3, but even if he's eligible, maybe he's going to receive only the financial support within service 3 and not on service 2. And the reason why, as I said, is related to the exhaustion of the budget. So the open call, the starting day of this cutoff call 7 was the October 1st, and it will close the cutoff call in November 17. So please, as I said before, try to register your company and then try to submit your application process. And my recommendation is to do it as soon as possible, because in case you are going to face some problems, you can contact us, and we can help you in order to address any problems. But please try to do it as soon as possible, because different time happened that we received a request of help the last day, and in a lot of cases we are not able to help the company in less than 1 hour. So please register yourself as soon as possible. You can follow us in the different channels like Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And this slide is really important, because here you can find our main email contact. Basically, we offer to all the SME two email. One is the calls @IPA4SME.eu, and that is usually used by SME involved in the submission of the application. So this email is really important, especially for you. And they can use this email also the beneficiary of the support services granted and technical support queries. But we also offer a second email that is helpdesk@IPA4SME.eu, in which basically we are going to satisfy all the general inquiries about the IPA4SME initiative. And this is also the channel we use for general communication with the coordination center. Please keep in mind that we try to do our best to answer you as soon as possible. Usually we are able to answer to all the email within 24 or 48 hours, but this is strongly depends on the number of email that we receive. So sometimes it can happen that you are going to receive an answer after 48 hours, but please keep in mind that we are trying to do our best to help you in any problems that you are facing. So just be patient in case you are not receiving an answer within 1 day. So as I explained you at the beginning of this presentation, I'm going now to present you the frequently asked question that we usually receive during the previous cutoff call. So question number 1 is through having a seal of excellence, SME won later on Horizon 2020 SME instrument project. Will this company still be eligible for IPA4SME support? So as I explained you 2 times, SME which have received financing support within the Horizon 2020 SME instrument phase 2 are not eligible for support through the IPA4SME. However, there are not such restrictions for phase 1 funding. I would like also to say that can happen that a company they never receive financial support within the Horizon 2020 SME instrument phase 2, but they present, let's say, a project to receive financial support. If you are going to receive financial support within Horizon 2020 SME Instrument Phase 2 later on of the submission of the application within the IPA4SME, for us is not a problem. So even if you are going to receive support, but again, in a later stage of the financial support received within IPA4SME project, we are not, you can easily participate to this program. So they are not eligible only the SME that won before to participate in this program. They won or they received financial support in the Instrument Phase 2 project. But again, for the company that received financial support within Phase 1, there are not such restrictions. Then question number 2. We have a seal of excellence and filed a patent already. Can we be a beneficiary to receive reimbursement from IPA4SME if we already filed a patent, or the patent submission date should be after the application at IPA4SME? So the answer is IPA4SME can only reimburse selected SME for EPO registration and patent attorney invoice, which must be issued after the IPA4SME support has been awarded. Otherwise, the patent is not eligible. As I tried to explain you at the beginning of this presentation, the idea of this program is to promote new patent registration. For these reasons, are eligible to receive financial support only the SME that once they are selected like as beneficiary, they are providing us with invoice issued after the IPA4SME communication of award. So our process, how it works. So let's say that I am the Grazzadio company really interested to receive a financial support within this program. I'm submit in time an application process. Let's say that I'm going to be selected. Once I will be selected, I will receive by the coordination center a communication of award email, in which I'm going to receive information that I've been awarded with Service 2 and Service 3. So let's say that I am a company that is applying during this cutoff call. The cutoff call is closing the 17th of November. Usually the coordination center needs not more than 50 days to select all the applicants. So let's say that at the beginning of December, I'm going to receive this communication of award email. So let's say that the 5th of December, I'm going to receive this email. So all the invoices dated, issued after the 5th of December will be eligible to receive financial support. Instead, all the invoices dated before, unfortunately, are not eligible to receive financial support. The reason why, again, is because this program is designed with the aim of promote and new patent registration. So question number 3. I don't remember if I have a seal of excellence, or I cannot find it. What I can do? So every company that has ever submitted a proposal for the Horizon 2020 SME Instrument Program should be able to check, but let's say also collect the seal of excellence together with the evaluation summary report by logging into the participant portal of the European Commission. and then going to my proposal. Once here, you have to click on follow up under the action, and here by clicking later on process documentation, you will be able to find the seal of excellence along with the evaluation summary report. If in this participant portal you are not going to find any seal of excellence, this means that you have never been awarded. Because the seal of excellence is awarded to only the SME which participate in a specific program, and they award the seal of excellence only the SME which were able to pass the threshold score of 30. Otherwise, it's impossible to receive the seal of excellence. As regard to the place where you can find it and all the steps that you have to follow to collect the evaluation summary report together with the seal of excellence, don't be worried to take notes during this slide, because as I said before, we are going to provide you by email all the information that you have to follow in order to collect the seal of excellence, the summary, the evaluation summary report. Then question number 4, once a company has submitted an IPA4SME application, what process does it have to follow if selected for support? Once you will be selected, and I really wish for you, for service 1, IP Prognostic Service, the coordination center will facilitate the first contact between the SME and the national expert as soon as the selection process has been completed. In order to schedule a meeting in order to complete the IP Prognostic service will be a matter of coordination between the SME and the expert. But as coordination center will be together with you and the expert in order to help you in any problem that you are facing. As regard to service 2 and service 3, indeed, once you have been selected to receive financial support, you have to provide us with a invoice together with the corresponding proof of payment, and both documents must meet specific requirements. Once the requirement that is important to meet, as I explained you before, is the date of the invoice issued, because again we are going to consider eligible only the invoice issued after the date of the communication of award. The question number 5, is there any time limitation for justifying EPO and IP attorney fee after a SME has been selected for support under the IPA4SME program? Yes, there is a time limitation. So for all the service 1, 2, and 3, you must complete or activate the service within 4 months. I'm going to explain you the difference between complete and activate. So for service 1, the IP Prognostic Service is mandatory to complete all the IP Prognostic support action within 4 months to the date that you are going that you have selected. Instead, for service 2 and service 3, for service 2 and service 3, the beneficiary will have 4 months to activate the support service. What does mean activate? Activate means that basically when you are going to be selected, when you are be selected to receive service 2 and service 3, being selected doesn't mean that the service 2 and 3 is activated. So within 4 months from the date of the communication of award, you must activate the support service. To activate the support service, you have to provide us with the invoice and the corresponding proof of payment, which must meet specific requirements. Once you activate the service, the SME will have up the end of the IPA4SME initiative that is set to the 31 December 2021 to present invoices and proof of payment in order to receive a second reimbursement request. So please keep in mind that once you are selected, especially if you are selected for service 2 and service 3, being selected doesn't mean that the service 2 and service 3 is activated. And please keep in mind that you have to activate the service within 4 months from the date of the communication of award, otherwise we are going to disqualify you. Question number 6. I am already working with an IP patent attorney. Are his her cost reimbursable? The answer here is depends. Why depends? Because for service 1, the IP Prognostic Service, you can benefit of this service only through one of the experts that we are going to assign you. So basically we have a list of experts located in every of the 11 countries that can benefit of the IP Prognostic Service, and you can benefit of this support action only through the expert that we are going to assign you. Instead, as regard to service 2 and service 3, you are free to select the IP patent attorney that you prefer. But it's important to keep in mind that, especially for service 3, documentation are eligible even if only if the patent attorney is hiring the person issuing the invoice must be a professional entitled to act before the EPO. So again, especially for service 3, you are free to select the IP attorney that you prefer, but it's important that the patent attorney must be a person entitled to act before the EPO. As you can see at the end of this slide, there is a link that by clicking on you are going to access to the EPO, an EPO page in which there is the list of eligible IP attorney elected to act before the EPO. However, don't be worried about this requirement, because I can tell you that almost 100% of the attorney enterprise, in almost all of the case, there are at least one attorney that is entitled to act before the EPO. So it will not be hard to find people eligible to work within the EPO. So question number 7, are all the type of the patent eligible to be subject of the IPA4SME support? As I said at the beginning of the presentation, our support exclusively covers European patent registration process and cost of service in the scope of filing an EPO patent application. That, as I said before, in this program, we consider eligible only a patent registered within EPO, but in the case of service 3, we are going also to cover a PCT patent application that must be registered done through EPO. So keep in mind that only European patent registration. So all the costs related for IP protection in countries like USA, China, Canadian, or other countries that are abroad of Europe are not covered within this program. Furthermore, it is important to highlight that for Service 3 are eligible to be reimbursed or refunded only the following EPO fee, which are EPO 001, also called the filling fee, the code EPO 002 fee for European search, then are eligible designation fee 005, examination fee 006, fee for grant and printing that is code 007, and then renewal fee for the third year 0033. Except the renewal fee for the third year, as you can see, all the other eligible fee are a fee that regards especially a new patent application, because again, as I said, different time, the idea of this program is to promote new patent registration. So code 001, 2, 5, 6 usually are code covered within new patent registration. However, as you can see, we are going to cover also renewal fee for the third year, code 0033. Question number 8. I'm sorry. How does the IP Prognostic Service process look like? What is expected from the SME in order to enable a complete service? So the IP Prognostic Service, Service 1, provides expert analysis of your SME existing technology, knowledge assets, along with a customized IP business strategy. The service is totally free of charge, so all the costs regarding these services, we are going to cover them. As I said before, we are going to assign you an IP expert. We'll run together with you an in situ analysis, examining the company current asset in order to elaborate a detailed report. In this report, you are going to collect important information about recommendation in order to suggest you if it's good or not to register your patent application, but also a suggestion in order to boost your business strategy in terms of IP. So we can say that the Service 1 consists of 4 main steps. There is a first analysis of your ecosystem. The expert will study, let's say, key aspects of your ecosystem, such as market, but also competitors, products and services offered by your company from the IP perspective. Then there is interaction between the SME and the expert in order to collect more information about your company, always regarding the business strategy and all the information regarding the IP. Usually before the outbreak of the virus, there was a face-to-face meeting, but nowadays different SME, but also company, they prefer to organize a Skype interview. And as regard to this point, I would like to highlight it, to point out that even if the interview now is set by Skype, is scheduled by Skype, all the company are really satisfied of the IP Prognostic Service, even if they are going to meet the expert using Skype or similar application. Usually this meeting takes between 2 and 4 hours. Once it's finished, the expert will take his time or her time in order to design and develop a pre-diagnostic report, in which, as I said before, they are going to include all the recommendations, suggestions, and advice in order to boost your IP and your business strategy, and also to suggest if it's profitable for you to register your patent application within the EPO. Once the report is completed, the expert will deliver the report to you, and in case he's going to organize a new meeting with the aim at presenting all the important results collected and reached during the IP Prognostic Service. So thank you very much. I hope that everything was clear, and now has Rasami explained you before, I'm going to check all the questions that I received. In case there is specific question, there are specific questions that take a long time to provide you a satisfied answer. I'm going to answer you by email. So just a second. So first question from Daniela Renzulli. Hi, my company received the Seal of Excellence in 2017. Can we participate? Miss Renzulli, depends on the month. Because if you receive the Seal of Excellence in December 2017, you are the Seal of Excellence is eligible. But if you receive the Seal of Excellence before the month of November of 2017, unfortunately, you cannot use this Seal of Excellence to participate in this project. Again, as I said before, it's really important that the Seal of Excellence has been awarded prior the 3 years of this cutoff call date. So a question from Shannon, Miss Shannon Machika. Basically, he's saying that his company received a Seal of Excellence in 2018. However, they received an EIC accelerator application for a related but different innovation, and still waiting on those results. Could we apply for IPA4SME support for this most recent innovation? The answer here is that even if if a company received financial support within the EIC accelerator, even if it's related to a different patent application, unfortunately, you are not eligible to participate in this program. So again, even if you receive financial support for a different invention, you cannot participate in this program, because in a way the EIC accelerator is providing you let's say a high amount of financial support, and we think that let's say that a company can use that money to register their patent application. So again, who receive financial support in EIC accelerator phase, also called Horizon 2020 program phase 2, cannot participate in this program. again, a question from Ms. Machica for the IP Prognostic Services. How are the IP expert advisors chosen and matched with the beneficiary? So basically, we are going to take care of information regarding your company, and we are trying to assign you the expert that is more suitable to study your patent. Another point that we try to take in consideration is the distance between your company and the place in which the expert is working, because if it is possible, it's always better to organize a face-to-face meeting. But we try to take in consideration all the information about your patent application. We try to assign you an expert that is studying or is an expert, especially in that field. So question from Jean Martin, with the Seal of Excellence in the FTI program, we are eligible for this support. Are eligible to this support all the SME which have been awarded a Seal of Excellence. So if you possess a Seal of Excellence, we are not interested to the program. You can participate without any problems. Then question from Darren Cunningham. Does the Seal of Excellence uploaded have to relate to the project being submitted to IPA4SME, or it is sufficient that your company has been awarded a Seal of Excellence in the last 3 years? Again, Mr. Cunningham, the important thing is to upload a Seal of Excellence. So feel free to upload the Seal of Excellence, even if this is not related to the invention for which you claim to receive financial support, or the IP diagnostic support action, the support action. So you are free to use the Seal of Excellence, let's say, with the highest threshold, but the Seal of Excellence that you are going to upload is not mandatory that should be associated to the patent application for which you are going to claim financial support. Then so question from Darren Cunningham again. What percentage of application which meet criteria receive funding? This really depends on the budget that we decide to allocate in each cutoff call. It's quite impossible to answer you to this question, but depends also on the number of the application that we receive. Maybe it can happen that in one cutoff call, all the 100% of the application that we receive, they are going to receive financial support. But depends on the number of application and the budget allocated for each cutoff call. Then question from Giulia Duarte. Good morning. Our SME as a SME instrument phase 2 received in 2017 ends in 2021. This year we have received the Seal of Excellence in IC accelerators. In this situation, can we receive financing from IPA4SME? Ms. Duarte, Again, as explained before, if you receive the financial support within the SME instrument phase 2, you are not, unfortunately, be eligible to receive financial support within this program. Question from Mr. Fegian Wang. In the online application, do we need to specify how much patents we would like to obtain reimbursement? No. In the application process, you don't need to specify how much patents, how many patents you want to receive financial support. However, as regard to this point, I would like to point out that in the event that you have more than one patent in the pipeline for which you want to receive financial support, please keep in mind, this is really important, please keep in mind that for each patent, for each IPA4SME, each IPA4SME application is going to cover one single patent, which means that in case you want to receive financial support, let's say for 3 different patents, you must apply 3 different times. And you can do this during the same cutoff call or divide the application in different cutoff calls. But again, each IPA4SME application is related to only one patent. So again, if you want to receive financial support for 3 or let's say 4 different patents, you must apply 3 or 4 times. So one IPA4SME application is associated to only one single patent. Please, this is really important, and thank you very much, Mr. Wang, to give me the chance to explain you this point. And again, I will say one IPA4SME application is associated to only one patent. So if you have more than one patent for which you want to receive financial support, you must apply as many times as the patent application for which you are interested to receive support. And you can do this during the same cutoff call. So for example, you have to apply 3 times, including every time the same information, together with the same seal of excellence and the evaluation summary report. Or you can also apply several times during different cutoff calls. Please keep in mind that we are in the cutoff call 7. The next one will be cutoff call 7, but we plan other 2 cutoff calls. The last one is the cutoff call 9, and it will be closed at the end of May 2021. Fantastic. Mr. Renzulli, yeah, you can easily participate to this program if you receive it in 28 November 2017. So question from Pia Manch. Ms. Pia Manch. We have a pending EPO application. I understand that we cannot apply for the cost of this, but we can apply for patent attorney fee in the future on this. So I will try to answer you. Depend on the invoice, depend on the date of the invoice, because usually to register a patent application, the registration process in most of the case take more than 1 month. There are cases in which to complete all the registration, a company needs to wait 4, 5, 6 months. and usually the company received the invoice at the end of the completion of the registration. So in this case, it strongly depends on the date in which the invoice is issued, because if the invoice is dated after the communication of award, in this case the invoice is eligible, which means that the costs are eligible to be reimbursed. So strongly depend on the date of the invoice, because again, in most of the time, the registration process take really long time. So maybe you are in the process of registering your patent application, but you still not have received the invoice. So again, it's really important to check the date of the invoice. If it's dated after the communication of award, is eligible without any problem. But yeah, can happen that maybe you already paid the EPO cost, but you are still waiting to receive the invoice or the invoices regarding the professional advice related to the support provided by the patent attorney. But again, also in this case, depends on the date in which the invoice was issued. Question from question from Mr. Eugene Riegel. It is possible to receive financial support from this program from trademark registration in the EU. Mr. Riegel, so I will answer you in this way. Within Service 2, no, you cannot receive support for trademark registration. The reason why is because, as I tried to explain you before, within Service 2, we covered only specific EPO fee codes, and unfortunately, trademark EPO costs are not eligible within Service 2. However, so you cannot receive financial support within Service 2 because in Service 2 we only covered EPO cost, but in this case what you can do is that maybe to receive a trademark registration, to complete a trademark registration, maybe perhaps you need a patent attorney who help you to complete the registration. So in this case, we cannot cover trademark registration in terms of EPO cost, but we can cover the cost for hiring the patent attorney who is helping you to complete the trademark registration. So in this case, you can benefit from Service 3, IP patent attorney cost, but not to Service 2. A question from Matthias Zoerer. I'm so sorry if sometimes I'm wrong your surname. I'm trying to do my best to spell in the correct way. But the question from Ms. Zoerer is, in case of I have already handed the national patent, could be IPA4SME used to extend the national patent to an international Europe, including additional patent claims? Yes, I think that you can do it. because in this case, what you are doing is to try to extend your patent in a second country that is different to your national one, your country one. So in this case, I just try to explain at the beginning of this webinar, informative webinar. For us, within this program, we are going to cover all European patent process, which for IPA4SME is defined as filing an application for a patent before the EPO covering more than 2 European member states. So if you are going to extend your registration from your national country to an international country, in a way you are going to cover more than 2 European member states. And in this case, we are going to consider your cost eligible. But again, please keep in mind that we cover only the cost in case you register your patent application within the EPO, but together with PCT patent application, but also in this case, the PCT patent application, the registration should be done through the EPO. Question from Lorenzo Casadei. Hi, I have a seal of excellence relating to multiple patents. Can I make multiple applications referring to different patents using the same single seal of excellence? Mr. Casadei, I answered in a way before to another question, but again, for us it's really important only that the company has been awarded a seal of excellence. So you can use this seal of excellence all the time that you want, even if it's associated to different patent application. But again, I would like to point out that in case you have multiple patents for which you want to receive financial support within this program, again, you must apply as many times as the number of the patent for which you want to receive financial support. I'm sorry if I am really repetitive, but I think that is really important for you to understand really clear how this process works. So in case, Mr. Casadei, you have 4 patent application, 4 patents for which you intend to receive support, you have to apply 4 different times. During these 4 different time of applying, you can use all the time the same seal of excellence together with the same evaluation summary report. You have to include 4 times the same information and provide us the same documentation, but this is how our process program works. However, please keep in mind that to submit an application, usually the company doesn't need more than 5 minutes. The process does not take more than 5 minutes. So even if it's a repetitive task, please keep in mind that you have to repeat it as many times as the number of the patent for which you intend to receive financial support. So Michel Declerc will answer you later on by email, just because it's quite, I would like to answer you really well. So, okay, a question from Mr. Eric Reiter. We are a Finnish company. Can we use a patent office from the UK? Yeah, sure. if we are talking about service 2 and service 3. Again, for service 2 and service 3, you are free to use the patent attorney that you prefer. Even if the patent attorney is located in a different country, for us is not a problem. The only important thing is that the patent attorney must be entitled to act before the IPO. So if I am a company located in Spain, I can ask support from an IP patent attorney located in Finland, for example, and I can easily ask him or her the favor to provide me support. The only important things again is that to receive the support, the person in charge of providing you professional service must be entitled to act before the IPO. The last question from Miss Giulia Duarte. She had a problem with the audio. I hope that she was the only one. But again, she asked me the documentation that accredits that European patent registration process must have a specific date. I will say not, but I'm not sure about this. No, I don't think that is important to that the European patent registration process have a specific date. Depending what you are referring, honestly, but I don't think that is a problem. Again, for us, the only important date is the one included in the invoice and the proof of payment, because again, we consider eligible only documentation that has been issued after the date of the communication upward. In any case, Miss Giulia Duarte, I skip some question before because they need more time to provide a satisfied answer, and in your case I'm going to contact you privately by the help desk, me or one of our person working in the team, and we are going to ask you exactly what we are looking for. So don't worry. This was the last question. Again, I skipped some question, but don't worry, I'm going to answer you, me or one of my colleagues later on. Again, Miss Rasami, will be really nice to send you as soon as possible an email containing the link to hearing again this webinar, together with the guide of applicants, and also important information that is really important that you know, and this presentation, in which you are going to find also the links to collect the seal of excellence and the evaluation summary report in case you don't have it, and also the link to check if the patent attorney is entitled to act before the IPO. Thank you very much to be here together with me. It was a really pleasure. I hope you the best, and I hope to see you again, but this time as a beneficiary. Have a great day, and see you. Bye.